Hi guys, from the forest. So today I want to share a story with you. Something that recently happened to me that I didn't anticipate like that. Actually two things that came out of nowhere. And I was completely devastated in both cases initially. You know, when life sometimes just crosses your plans in a way that you don't anticipate. You think everything is going fine and suddenly something happens and life just, takes a different turn, puts you in a different path. And you think your life is going to end because it's like taking away something from you that you valued so much, and you feel super insecure and you wonder, what am I gonna do without that, So for me, it's like recently I had two things like that happen to me, and both of them, they were so unexpected and so it felt unreal to me. And at the end, one thing is, I was in a relationship until a few weeks ago, and this was like a very emotionally and intense relationship to me, with a wonderful woman who, we just really felt a very deep connection right from the beginning. And I thought, wow, this is it, I'm gonna be with that woman for the rest of my life probably. But things happened, and we kind of, I don't want to go into the details, sometimes you just realize at some point, okay, actually, maybe we did have some different expectations, or I don't know, for some reason sometimes it just doesn't work out. Like, you want it so bad and you think it's all nice, but then suddenly it's like different. Okay, so anyway, this relationship ended, and initially I didn't want to let it go. We kind of both agreed that, it's the best, but at the same time it was just so unreal, because just before I was like so into it, and then it just took a turn so quickly that I was like completely without, I thought what am I gonna do now? That's one thing that has happened to me. That was a few weeks ago. Wow, what's flying down here? It's winding really toughly today. The other thing was, I was until recently, I was in an organization where I would be, I was member of a group, of a network, which I was very highly involved. And you build relationships with people, and you get used to it, and it kind of gives you security. And then it's gonna take too much time to explain this in this video. I can't do this because otherwise I'm gonna miss the point. But the thing is, I dropped out of this group, and it was very similar actually. It's like you break out of a relationship just with a group of other business people, and initially it's like you feel, what? I've invested so much time into this, and all of a sudden it's over for some reason, which anyway, it's in both cases, it's the best. It's for the best. And initially I couldn't see that. So I was like shocked and devastated and kind of down. And now it's like suddenly other opportunities came up. And that's what I'm trying to get at, you know. Sometimes when an opportunity closes down, and even if we can't see it, and even if we're super hurt, most often in life, there are other opportunities that take up that space. And sometimes you just have to look for it a little closer. In my case, you know, I decided that I'm gonna invest all the focus. So in terms of the business aspect of these two things, I decided to focus all my energy on a new project that I had in mind but kept putting off, and I decided to partner up with my friend. We're gonna do this new project. We're both like super involved and excited about it, and other opportunities keep coming up, like people that I meet who are like going to be part of this project and who are going to in some way contribute. It's just like magical, you know. These opportunities, they keep coming up, and it's almost as if the other, you know, opportunity that went away was kind of in the way of that, so it had to move away. Not my relationship, the other one. So what I'm trying to get at is that sometimes we have plans and visions in our mind, and I think it's important to have that, to have a goal and a clear vision, because it gives us energy if we have this strong why. Unless we are like beyond that, you know, and we can just live super excited without anything. But otherwise, I think it's important to have a vision and a goal. But then also we have to, you know, acknowledge that the universe and life is much, much bigger than sometimes our little goals. And I think our goals and our visions, they can put us into momentum, and they can, you know, push us forward, get us started, get us moving. But then I feel that life oftentimes is like, life and the universe is kind of contributing to it. And sometimes it's actually trying to guide you, because it says, okay, you want to go there, but hey, see, there's like actually where you need to go. So it's kind of guiding you. And that guidance sometimes happens, I feel, in the way that it's actually shutting down an opportunity for you. It's taking something away from you that's not meant to be there, because it has to make space for the next opportunity. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel right now. It's like right now everything is aligning so magically. It's like I literally feel I can't comprehend what's going on, but opportunities keep coming up. My energy is super high, my motivation is super high, and I think a lot of that has been released because stuff has been taken away and things have dropped off, even though initially it was so painful. Because I think oftentimes pain is something that we experience simply because something that we have been identified with is gone. Whether that's necessarily a good thing or not, what's gone is simply something that we have been identified, you know? I mean, I was in this relationship and I think it was, you know, it was very precious, but at the same time, maybe it wasn't meant to be. And I think even sometimes people who are like in bad relationships, they still stuck to it because they get identified with it. Or if you're in a job, you know, you're identified with it, so you stick to it. But only when it drops away, you realize, hey, now I'm kind of, you know, free to do more things. So what's the next opportunity that I'm gonna take up? So I want to encourage you, you know, look for the opportunities. Like if something happens to you, if life decides that something else is meant to be, appreciate it. Look for the opportunity and always let life and the universe align itself. Be aligned with it. Don't try to mess with it too much. I mean, have your goals, but be open to the universal plans. Bye guys.